In this video, I put every quarterback in the NFL at their highest overall in Madden history. Shout out to MaddenRatings.weebly.com and MaddenRatings.com. Used both of those websites. Now for teams that have a rookie starting like Caleb Williams on the Bears, their overall right now is already their highest overall. And their backups have not been close to where Caleb is going to start. So we're just going to keep their team the same. But for a team like the Bengals with Joe Brrr, we had to use launch ratings only from previous Maddens. Now I know there's some years where guys get higher ratings throughout the years, but we don't have records of that. All we have is launch ratings. So that's all we're going to use. And Burrow's highest overall was a 95 at the start of Madden 24. He's a 96 with the morale boost. Josh Allen already at his highest overall ever. Bo Nix, of course, already at his highest overall. Zach Wilson began as a 75 overall in Madden 22. So we might have a quarterback controversy in Denver. Deshaun Watson, back when he was in Houston, started one season at a 90 overall in Madden 22. So the Browns now have an X-Factor quarterback. Not to mention an 82 overall famous Jameis as their backup from Madden 17. Yes, we're doing backups as well. Like the video for the dedication. Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield was an 84 overall at the start of Madden 22. Same exact overall as Kyler Murray was at the start of Madden 23. Justin Herbert already at his highest overall. Same with Patrick Mahomes. But the Chiefs' backup, Carson Wentz, was an 86 overall at the start of Madden 19. Richardson on the Colts, of course, is already at his highest overall. But there's a new starter in Indianapolis. January Joe Flacco was a 93 overall in the Madden after he won the Super Bowl. Madden 25. Indianapolis has an elite QB1 now. Jaden Daniels, we assume he'll be around, where he's at. And regardless, that's the highest he's been. But Marcus Mariota was an 80 overall at the start of Madden 18. The Commanders now have a new QB1. Dak Prescott already at his highest. Same with Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts. However, Kirk Cousins was an 85 overall at the start of Madden 18. Brock Purdy already at his highest overall. Same with Daniel Jones. Drew Lock up to a 70 from Madden 22. Trevor Lawrence, believe it or not, at the start of any Madden, his highest is what he's currently at. Was a 78 overall Madden 22. Same exact overall as Mac Jones was in Madden 23. But with the morale boost, Mac Jones is one overall higher. The Jaguars have a quarterback controversy. I can't say the same for the New York Jets though. Aaron Rodgers, 99 overall multiple times, most recently in Madden 19. Jared Goff already at his highest overall. Same with Jordan Love. But Bryce Young is going to get bumped up to a 74, which is what he started at in Madden 24. But Carolina now has the Red Rifle as their QB1. Andy Dalton was an 87 overall at the start of Madden 17. Drake May, the starter in New England, he's already at his highest. Same with Gardner Minshew. Jimmy Garoppolo is bumped up to an 83 overall, which is what he was at the start of Madden 21. But the Rams are gonna get an X-Factor QB. Matthew Stafford was a 91 overall in Madden 13. Lamar, of course, already at his peak. But the Saints are gonna get a nice upgrade. Derek Carr used to be filthy. Okay, he was an 89 overall in Madden 18. He was in the top 3 in MVP voting. That's how good he was. Geno, of course, already at his peak. But the Steelers are feeling pretty dangerous now that they have Russell Wilson at a 97 overall, which is what he was in Madden 21. CJ Stroud at his highest. Same with Will Levis. JJ McCarthy, we assume he's going to be around there, but there might be a little bit of a controversy. We have Sam Darnold, who was a 75 at the start of Madden 19. Every QB is back at their peak. We have 5 new additions in the 90s. A bunch of other teams improved their quarterback situations. I'm looking to see some parity, okay? Let's see some new teams going deep in the playoffs. Ravens go 16-1. The Jets with a 99 Rodgers go 14-3. Chiefs make the playoffs. Same with the Steelers with 97 Russell. Dolphins, Browns with an improved Watson. And then the Colts with Joe Flacco. AFC playoffs is about to be a bloodbath. You gotta feel bad for Cincy. They go 9-8, barely miss out. Same with the Texans, Bills, Chargers, right around 500. Not too shocking of an outcome, to be honest. In the NFC, we have the Cowboys, the Niners, the Lions, the Packers, the Saints with Derek Carr, an improved version helped them get into the playoffs. Eagles, and then the Falcons with Cousins, who went up, I think, 1 overall. Bucks missed out, even though they went 9-8. Cardinals, Vikings, Commanders, all around 500. I'm telling you, something's wrong with the Rams. I don't know why EA hates them. Panthers, 5-12. I expected both of those teams to do better. Mahomes had the most passing yards in the league. Rodgers looks like he might have had the most passing touchdowns, and he was second in passing yards. Carr was in the top 5 with Prescott, and Deshaun Watson also up there. Darnold, look at that. Oh, too many interceptions. No wonder why they end up struggling a little bit. Stafford, 28-11. Allen, good ratio. All right, looks like a lot of quarterbacks threw for a lot of yardage. Minshew looks like the only one that threw more interceptions than touchdowns. Lamar, 34-1. That has to be the best ratio. Bo Nix did really well. 31-7 ratio. Same with Baker Mayfield. Caleb, 1 interception shy of tying that ratio. Levis didn't do so hot, unfortunately. Dalton, 16-10. I expected better. This is where, you know, playbooks probably come into play, unfortunately, but I had to keep them the same. I mean, that's the team they were on. It is what it is. Who had the most touchdowns? It was Rodgers. Second was Purdy. And then you had 3 guys at 34 tied for third. Rushing wise, McCaffrey almost had 1,900. He was almost 200 yards more than second place Josh Jacobs. Taylor third, Mixon fourth, Henry fifth. Let me know if you guys want to see me do this with running backs. Leave a like if you're curious what that would look like, what a season of every running back at their highest overall ever would look like. Flacco had some yards too. Wait a minute. Pacheco, 27 rushing touchdowns. Holy, I think that might be 1 shy of the record of LT's most rushing touchdowns record. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but oh my goodness, that's insane. I don't even know what to say about that, man. I'm looking for quarterbacks though. Yeah, Lamar with 8. I could have swore there was another quarterback that had more than that. Maybe not. Dak with 5, same with Hurts. Then you had Watson with 5, Tua with 5, Russell Wilson with 4. Returning back gave him a little bit more speed. Mahomes and Josh Allen had 3. Ayuk, 1,500 yards, man. It's crazy that he's asking for a trade. Now, it doesn't mean that the Niners have to trade him. It just means that he wants out, or, you know, he's not happy with the contract situation. CeeDee Lamb, Olave Cup, and then Amari Cooper thrived with the new and improved Deshaun Watson. Kelsey, of course, always up there. Tyreek, Smitty, Chase, Jefferson. Let's scroll down to see the last person that had 1,000. Oh, Harrison Jr. was 1 yard shy. That's tough. That's really tough. Ayuk had the most receiving touchdowns. Keenan second, and then you had Cup and Smitty tied for third. On defense, Edmonds had the most tackles, most sacks, 24.5. Max Crosby breaks the record. My pick for DPOY this upcoming season, man. Don't sleep. Don't say I didn't tell you. Okay, 7 INTs for Lattimore to lead the way. JC Horn with 6, Murphy Bunting, a bunch of other guys with 5. MVP Lamar, I mean, that ratio is nasty. He also had the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. I think he had like 42 total touchdowns and only 1 INT. Rodgers almost won MVP. Prescott, Watson in the top 5. He finished higher than Mahomes in MVP voting. Look at Derek Carr in the top 10. Happy for him and the Saints to make the playoffs. I cannot wait to see what happens in the playoffs. OPOY goes to Lamar, DPOY to Crosby. Edmonds wins it in the NFC. McCaffrey takes home OPOY. Let's go through them real quick. Prescott, McCaffrey, Ayuk, Martin, Preston, Burns, and Lattimore in the NFC. Then you have Lamar, you have Pacheco, of course, Samuel, Thuney, Crosby, TJ, McDuffie. Wild card round, we had the Jets go home. Deshaun Watson beats Aaron Rodgers. They both threw 2 touchdowns. Had no INTs, but Nick Chubb went crazy on the ground. So did Breece Hall. 8 yards a carry. I don't know what it was. Honestly, I mean, that offense looked like it was doing pretty well. I guess they just could not stop the Browns offense, and they go home, man. That's tough. A 99 Rodgers loses to a 90-something overall Deshaun Watson. Then you had the Niners beat the Falcons. The Chiefs went home to the Dolphins. They get revenge for what happened in real life. Tua beats Mahomes in the playoffs, man. Crazy. Odell stepped up. Tyreek did as well against his former team. Dolphins are headed to the Divisional. The Eagles beat the Lions. The Steelers beat the Colts. January Joe could not work his magic against Dangerous Wilson and the Steelers. Pittsburgh's headed to the next round, man. We have a crazy final 8 with the Packers beating Derek Carr, the improved version, and the New Orleans Saints. Carr had a good game. 2 touchdowns, no picks, but Jacobs, 216 yards rushing. That's good for 3rd all time in NFL history. Most was Eric Dickerson, 2nd most Raheem Mostert. He would slide right into that 3rd spot, man. Unbelievable performance. Here is what the final 8 is looking like. We only have 2 quarterbacks here that improved their overalls. That's Watson on the Browns and Wilson on the Steelers. Everyone everyone else was already at their peak. Gonna watch at least one drive from both of these teams, from every team that made it to the divisional round. Oh, great block shed. Dolphins have a phenomenal roster. They have to be riding high after beating Kansas City. But the Steelers are no joke. Might have the most talented defense, or at least one of them. Tua completes his first pass. Probably chip or maybe double team TJ Watt. It looks like he's gonna be one-on-one against that right tackle. Not sure if that's the best idea. Tua still has plenty of time. Great job blocking by the offensive line. Credit to them. Tua finds Waddle, and they're around midfield. Play action. This time it's going to be complete. The Jonnu Smith breaking tackles, looking like it's college football 25. This defense is not going to be easy to score against. Maybe I spoke too soon. Jonnu Smith with the touchdown. Dolphins looking good early on. Here's Russell Wilson, probably up to a 99 by now. First play, Arthur Smith giving Cordero Patterson the carry. You got to be wary of an Arthur Smith-led offense. That's all I'm going to say, man. If you had Bijan last year, you know what I'm talking about. You got the third string running back in there when you have Najee and Jalen. Not that Patterson's bad, but come on, man. 3rd and 5 coming up after reception from Pat Fryermuth. Let's see if the ball remains in Russell Wilson's hands. Here comes the blitz. Patterson getting another touch. Can he get the first down? Nice stiff arm. Okay, maybe. Let me stop talking. Russell Wilson, improviser, is his highest overall. He has that running gun archetype, I believe, or X Factor. Let's see if he does something with it on this 3rd down. No, incomplete pass. And Pittsburgh's going to punt on their first drive. Here come the Dolphins. 17-0 at one point, but the Steelers refuse to go away. They cut it to one possession until the Dolphins extend their lead again, and they don't look back. 31-10. Pittsburgh tried, but Miami was just a little bit too much. Tua, 4 touchdowns, 1 INT. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. Raheem Mostert and the Dolphins are headed to the next round. Jonnu, player to gain 3 receiving touchdowns. Next matchup, we have Jordan Love in Green Bay taking on Purdy and the Niners. We saw this matchup in real life. So close to getting another upset in that postseason run. He has a bright future ahead of him right now, though. They're trying to take care of business. Jacobs, 2 rushes, 6 yards. Technically 7 if it's 3rd down and 3. Empty backfield against a 4-man rusher, looks like. Love to the bottom of the screen, complete to Christian Watson. 1st down, Green Bay. Niners have another chance to get off the field, though. 3rd and 8. Couple plays later. Jordan Love trying to do it again. Keep the chains moving, but Ufanga says no. That's not happening. The safety gets the ball for the Niners, and they take over with great field position. Purdy on his first play from scrimmage, facing some heavy pressure, has to get rid of it. He gets hit, and it's almost intercepted. Interesting decision for the Niners to go back-to-back passes. Even though they had a running back that almost had 1,900 yards on the ground, Purdy this time going to take off, scramble for 4 yards. There shouldn't be any drive ever where McCaffrey doesn't touch the ball, possibly. And that might end up being what happens. 3rd down and 6. Purdy escaping the pocket again. This time McCaffrey touches it, and there you go. 1st down. They still have not ran the ball yet. McCaffrey couldn't hold on to that one. 3rd and 10. Could bad play calling be the downfall of this Niners team? They have too much talent not to figure it out eventually, but will it be too little too late? Purdy, this time getting a hit as he throws it, and it's out of bounds. Very tough drive. Let's see if they settle for the field goal. This would be just under a 55-yarder. Jake Moody, hopefully in a good mood for the Niners' sake, and he makes it. San Fran strikes first. Can they keep the lead, though? No. Packers take it. They actually go up 14-3 at one point. Niners not going away, though. 1 possession game heading into half number 2. We got a close one. Might have to hop in quarter number 4. San Fran went for 2 and didn't get it. They need to get a touchdown to take the lead. All comes down to the play calling. What will the Niners be able to do? Oh, hits McCaffrey in the head. At least he has the right idea. He's going to his running back, who is extremely good, extremely talented, but so is Rashawn Gary. Huge sack, making it a 3rd and forever. They're gonna go for it. Wow, this is the game. Does Purdy have any magic in his arm? They're gonna go to the screen, and he doesn't even get rid of it in time. Yet another team getting revenge for what happened in real life. This time it's the Packers over the Niners. Jordan Love and Jacobs, who had 3 touchdowns, are moving on. Here we go with the Browns and the Ravens up next. Cleveland with an improved quarterback, gonna start off running the football. Nick Chubb looking healthy. Yeah, on paper in Madden, this team of course, looks incredible, especially on offense, man. The elite quarterback, one of the best running backs in the league, a #1 wide receiver. You can see why they've already gone this far in this experiment. You have Judy as your #2, and Njoku, good old line. I mean, look at the blocking. This is the Ravens defense we're talking about. It looks like Amari might be lined up on a Roquan. Never mind, it's zone. Watson barely gets rid of it in time. It ends up being complete. They're inside the 15. Baltimore not blitzing. That's rare from them. And Deshaun makes them pay for it. Amari Cooper touchdown. Cleveland up 7. Time to see what the MVP can cook up for this Browns defense. Darius on one side, Miles G on the other. Lamar completes his first pass to Aguilar. Very next play, Baltimore trying to establish the run game. Derrick Henry picks up the first. However, Lamar going to try to get going on the ground. Myles Garrett all over it. So now it's 2nd and long. Oh, Lamar try to force it in the flats. It ends up being a pick 6. Horrendous start for the Ravens. Emerson Jr. with the INT. But there's still plenty of game left. You have the MVP in your corner. There's no reason for you to give up. They end up getting a touchdown the next drive, but the Browns continue to score. They cannot be stopped with an improved Deshaun Watson. Could they win their first Super Bowl in franchise history? Wait a minute. The Ravens come storming back from down 31-7. This is not the first time Watson has been up huge in a playoff game and ended up going down. Can he change the end result this time? First, it was against Mahomes when I think he had a 24-point lead against the Chiefs in either a wild card or a divisional round game. This time, it's against Lamar and the Ravens, and he's gonna do it again. Roquan Smith with the INT. The Ravens win. Henry gonna get the first. And then some. What a game. What a comeback by Lamar. 3 interceptions, including a pick 6, and they still win. Watson did well. 3 touchdowns, only 1 INT, but Lamar accounted for 4 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. That's an MVP-like performance. Even when you do terrible, you still end up making spectacular plays to help your team win. And then finally, another division battle. This time it's the Eagles and the Cowboys to end our divisional round. We have Saquon on his first carry, only getting a couple. See if Hurts decides to pass on his second. And 8 Cowboys showing blitz. They're actually going to blitz. Read option. Hurts had the space to the outside, but he fumbles after cutting it inside. Parsons recovers it. Not sure what he was thinking. So just like that, the Cowboys take over with great field position. Eagles send a blitz. That's CeeDee Lamb against Bradbury. He picks up 5. Empty backfield on the very next play. 4-man rush this time from Philly. And they're going to get to Dak Prescott. Brandon Graham, after all these years, still got it. See if he can push them back even further. 3rd and 14. Dak downfield. Nope. It's going to be incomplete. And the Cowboys are going to escape with 3 points on their first drive. I mean, we literally just saw the Ravens come back from a huge deficit. So no lead is safe in the playoffs, especially in Madden. 10-3 after 10 straight points from Philadelphia. Their defense doing a great job holding that Cowboys offense in check. 4th quarter, it's 10-8 now after a safety. Cowboys take the lead. And this is the game. Eagles need to get this first down if they want a chance to win the Super Bowl. Great bull rush by Mozzie Smith again. And the Cowboys are headed to the conference championship game. Another great game, and Dak didn't do well. 0 touchdowns, 1 INT, less than 50% completion percentage. Hurts definitely played better, but credit to that Cowboys defense. Stopping Saquon, only 3.2 yards a carry. And they were able to do it again against the Packers, 38-35. Dallas and Baltimore in the Super Bowl. The Dolphins fall short, 17-28, man. Phenomenal run from Tua and company, but that's the MVP. I mean, he can do it through the air and on the ground. That's what makes him so special. And then you add Derrick Henry getting 3 touchdowns on the ground. What are you supposed to do? Even with Tyreek and Jonnu cooking, he just had no chance. And then on the other side, the Packers actually did have a chance. It went to overtime. Dak had 4 touchdowns, 0 INTs, played much better. Love, 3 touchdowns, only 1 INT. He had a great playoff run, but Jacobs, after getting 200 yards in the wild card game and then helping them win last week, could not get them to the promised land. Still a great season from Green Bay. Only 2 teams remain. Dallas just let the Packers put up 35 big ones on them. So I don't know how they're going to be able to stop Lamar in this offense, but that's a good way to start. 1 yard on his first carry. You know that's not the last carry. Okay, he's going to get plenty of more runs if they stick to the script. 2nd down and 9. Lamar going to complete it. Nice hands from Aguilar. Big 3rd and 5 a few plays later, though. Lamar with plenty of time in the pocket. He's going to stand there and throw a laser. Mandrew's getting them across midfield. Big pickup. Very next play, Lamar going to drop back again. This time looking to the left side. He finds Aguilar. Touchdown, Baltimore. They made it look easy. Can Dallas answer back with a touchdown drive of their own? Zeke getting 2 yards in his first carry. Bunch to the left. 4-man rush. Zeke getting another touch. This time he's going to truck his way past the 1st down marker. 2nd and 5. Here's Zeke up the gut. Great blocking from the Dallas O-line. Run game looking good. However, 3rd down and 7. Drive has a chance to stall out right here if the Ravens can get the Dak. Madubuike making it happen. And Dallas is going to have to punt. Now we've seen the Ravens come back in this playoff run, but now they have the lead. Will they play any differently? 17-3 in the 3rd quarter. Dallas cutting it to 1 possession, but they can't get closer than that. Ravens answer every score until Dallas finally ties it up. 2 minutes left in this one. Lamar finding Aguilar, 1st down. 2nd down and 5. Here's Lamar going to take off. This is what he needed to do a little bit more of. And now they can bleed clock because they're pretty much already in his range. Like, he could probably make that from there. Try to get a little bit closer. Oh, he drops it. Zay Flowers had it. That would have probably ended the game. Instead, it stops the clock. 2nd and 10. Lamar over the middle. Henry showing him how it's done. Justin Tucker for the game winner. I bet my life savings he's not going to miss this. All $20. The Cowboys get to the Super Bowl and end up losing to the Ravens. And that's what would happen if you put every quarterback at their highest overall in Madden history. Obliterate the like button for the running back edition. Subscribe if you're new. See you on the next one.